For decades, the NFL and the NCAA had a nice relationship because players would play their 4 years of eligibility, or at least use up their 4 years of eligibility before they would move into the pros. And the NFL wouldn't take players who did not serve their full time.
Then Herschel Walker came along from the University of Georgia. And guess what? 3 years at Georgia, NFL was still honoring the 4-year deal, but there was an alternative called the USFL.
Herschel, if you had your time to do over it again, would you make the same decision?
Yes, I think I'd make the same decision because I'm happy where I'm at, and I think I've matured a great deal as an individual and as an athlete.
Now the NFL saying, well, if they're going to leave early, what are we thinking sitting here saying, nope, can't come to our league for 4 years?
The NFL wised up and said, you know what, 3 years, we're good, you're allowed to leave early.
Jerome Bettis, running back, Pittsburgh Steelers.
In terms of my eligibility, I decided to forego my senior year because I cannot afford to hurt my potential NFL career. Coach Holtz, having seen NFL players, he knew that I was ready. That was a confirmation that I needed to go to the next level.
You know, over time, we always talk about commerce of anything, right? So college football, we know it's big business.
This game will sell merchandise. It will create interest for tickets back home. It'll hopefully get other networks bidding for these opportunities for us.
The big one now is paying the players.
Hundreds of players in the college game earn millions for their schools, but in many cases don't have enough pocket money for pizza on Friday night.
Should players get paid? There's a very obvious argument for it because who isn't getting paid?
Dabo Swinney's new deal today pays him $93 million.
When a defensive coordinator or a position coach at certain schools can make more than $1 million, far more than the president of the university, you see how tilted things have become.
If they are helping make the money, they deserve that money.
These are full-time jobs. Fair to say?
Oh, yeah.
Full-time.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is a full-time job. Those games that you're going to face, it's going to take a toll on you.
But where do we draw the line? Is it only players who are making money for their schools who get paid? Is it every college football player that gets paid? Is it every athlete on a campus that gets paid?
If you play football at a Power 5 school, your lifestyle is not that of a normal college student. You don't have your student loans to worry about if you're on scholarship. You don't have to worry about eating food. You have tutors. You have resources available to you that your rank and file college student does not have. That's a fact.
Now, you can argue about the fairness of whether a scholarship is enough, but don't say to me they're not getting anything to play. They're getting a wonderful, valuable asset, a college education.
So at some point, university presidents and the athletic directors and the coaches, who are all doing pretty well financially, they are completely caught off guard when these athletes are trying to use their program to just get to the NFL.
Christian McCaffrey not going to play in the Sun Bowl. Presumably this is to prevent injury as he gets ready for his NFL career.
And I think what we began to see is players not wanting to subject themselves to injury risk and anything that was going to really jeopardize their earning potential.
I hate it, but I understand it. It's a selfish decision, but with the money that's at stake for all these players now, I understand why they would do it. But what are you going to do? You can't force guys to play.
You know, Christian McCaffrey was criticized for sitting out of the Sun Bowl. It wasn't like it was the sugar or the rose or the cotton, okay? You know, you're on the cusp of $1 million career. If you feel like you've fulfilled your obligation, you feel like you've done as best as you possibly could, then why not say, hey guys, you know, thank you so much for the opportunity. I've definitely fulfilled the terms of my scholarship, my agreement here.
The Carolina Panthers have selected Christian McCaffrey.
You know, I'm done.
It's important to play fast, not
I think what happened at Ohio State in 2018 with Nick Bosa, I think could be a watershed moment.
And Bosa pointing to an area of the body where you don't want to get hit.
That could be a groin.
There's a moment there for athletes to step back and say, look, there's no reason for me to rush coming back from injury or surgery when I've got to worry about the career that's in front of me.
Ohio State defensive end Nick Bosa has opted to leave Ohio State to rehab and prepare for the draft.
I think Bosa honestly thought that I've got to worry about the career that will pay for myself and for my family to live, theoretically for the rest of our lives.
Jackson keeps it again, trying to stretch to the edge. What a hurdle by Jackson! Highlight reel touchdown!
Some people now, they're watching college football only through the lens of thinking, like, what is this guy going to do on the next level?
I haven't seen anybody in college football with his type of accuracy. I think that does translate to the next level.
Where will this kid go in the draft? How does he rank amongst the best running backs coming up? Will he be 1? Will he be 5? Will he be this? Will he be that? We didn't watch the games that way before. But now it's about the combines, the pro days, the draft itself. How many underclassmen are going to enter the NFL draft? 135 put their names in 2019. All 135 are not going to make it in the league, but some of them just like, you know something? I'm just ready.
Kyler Murray has chosen to enter the NFL draft.
Listen, you want to know how much college football has changed over the course of its history? The first Heisman Trophy winner did not go on to have an NFL career, a pro football career. Jay Berwanger went on to normal life. Can you ever envision or imagine the best college football player doing anything else but immediately taking the next semester off, hiring the agent, hiring the personal strength and conditioning coach, going down to the Senior Bowl and having press conferences, ramping up with nonstop coverage for the Scout Combine in Indianapolis, having his personal doc series leading up to the NFL draft, and then walking into the NFL draft with an entourage as if he's Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather?
We officially welcome the next generation of players. Odell Beckham, LSU. Kyler Murray, Oklahoma. Nick Bosa, Ohio State. Aaron Rodgers, Christian Wilkins, Clemson.
Devin Wood, linebacker, Michigan.
Todd Gurley, Georgia. Trent Richardson, Matt Khalil, Robert Griffin III.
There should be no problem with college football being a feeder for the NFL. College campuses are feeders for all kinds of professions. You should let kids major in football.
The relationship between college football and the NFL, a lot of things aren't written down. There are no contracts signed that say college football, NFL, this is how we work together. It changes over time. College football's going to thrive no matter what.
I love the NFL, but it's not the same. It's not where your dad went to school, or where your mom went to school, or where your granddad played back in the day. Yes, you're rooting for laundry, but damn it, it's your laundry, right? It's your alma mater. It's part of your blood.
The NFL has, in many ways, outstripped college football. It's a $10 billion enterprise at least. And yet, college football is still incredibly strong. What's the difference? We're attached to this. It's the passion. It's the pageantry. It's the idea that all these guys have chosen to be there. And if that is no longer true, what are you cheering? It's the faith of millions of fans is what you're messing with.